Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you a technique that can help you make backgrounds that burst with color. I'm Emilee, and you've found Emilee's Paper Caper, where we're all about scrapping our stash and getting some pages done. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit the subscribe button and bell icon now. So I'm using Ken Oliver Crafts Color Bursts. I've selected 3 random colors that I think will go well with the outdoor photos I'm scrapbooking today. I've placed a piece of watercolor paper in my spray mist box to protect my work area, placed a stencil over the top, and now I'm tapping some of the dry pigment from the color burst bottles onto the paper through the stencil. Now it's hard to see the pigment because it's very fine powder, but as soon as I get the spray bottle out and give a spritz, you'll be amazed at how vibrant the colors become. Here we are with the spray bottle. See how that color just pops as I spritz the water on? It's amazing. These are so fun to play with. And you can do all kinds of color combinations depending on what photos you're trying to scrapbook. After the initial spritz of water, carefully lift your stencil and your paper and let it dry. There's so much pigment left on the other side of the stencil. I always like to try to use that pigment by getting a negative image. Just place another sheet of the watercolor paper on top of the stencil and pull a negative. While I've got my misting box out and my water and my color bursts, I'm going to do a couple card fronts. I have watercolor card fronts. I've selected 3 different colors of color burst, and I'm going to just go ahead and make 4 card fronts. I've got about a 5x7 or 6x8 stencil here, and I'm going to randomly spread some of the color burst powder through this stencil and just create these interesting card fronts. I can design them, add a greeting or other embellishments, and it will make for a unique card front. It's always fun to create the negative with the pigment that's left on the stencils. I almost like the negative better. Here's a comparison of the 2. But now I have 4 quick card fronts ready to go the next time I need to make a greeting card. Now I'm going to turn my attention to the scrapbook page. I've got these 2 photos. We like to take a walk in the summertime, so I pulled a pocket card that says Summer Lovin', did some journaling, and I pulled a couple of border strips. One says what I love best about my home is who I share it with, and the other is just a grassy border with some ladybug stickers. I have this blue paper that I'll use for photo mats. Here is a trick. If you're newer to scrapbooking, you may not know this yet. If you trim about a 1/4 inch off of your top and side of your photo, and then cut your 12x12 paper at 4 and 6 inches, you'll have a perfect photo mat. And you'd be able to get 6 photo mats from a 12x12 paper. So if you don't want to crop your photos at all, you wouldn't be able to get 6 mats out of the 12x12. You'd only be able to get like 4. So by just taking that 1/4 inch off of the top and side of your photos, you can get the most out of your 12x12 papers if you want to use them for mats. Now I am going to go off camera and get the background and the border strips adhered, and now I've come back and I need to decide how to arrange these photos on the page. I auditioned this arrangement But when I go to put the journaling card onto the page, I don't like how it becomes the focus in the center of the page. So I quickly abandon this arrangement and kind of end up swapping the order of the photos so that the pocket card and journaling can be in the upper left corner of the page. This is kind of sometimes the part about scrapbooking that's a little bit frustrating, because sometimes things don't look quite right, and I don't want some things to be distracting on a page. Like in the case of this page, I want the picture of my husband and I making a heart in the shadow to be kind of the focal point of this page, and so I needed to make sure that it got into the center of the page, and I feel like this arrangement is much better. The last thing I'm doing is adding a few photo corners from my embellishment box, and I'll leave you with some close-ups of the completed page. I hope you enjoyed seeing how to make a vibrant, colorful background for your page backgrounds and possibly for card fronts. Until next time, keep on scrapping your stash, everybody. Thanks so much for watching.